Hey guys, Coach Tim, CB Multisport, checking in with you guys on a really nice Wednesday here in Maryland. This is video number 2, kind of the video series I'm putting together with the public, kind of facing relaunch of the CB Multisport brand, kind of what we're doing, what y'all can expect, those kind of things. And today I just kind of want to take a couple of minutes for those who don't know and touch on kind of what CB Multisport is, who we are, I am as a brand, as a company, what my thoughts, beliefs, processes are, things like that, to see if that's something that aligns with you guys, the individuals, and whatnot. So for those of you who don't know, primarily, CB Multisport is a endurance sports coaching company, right? Primarily triathlon, but all endurance sports, swimming, biking, running, hiking, all the fun stuff, all the stuff that we love to do in this lifestyle. I've never been one to really promote my brand publicly. I've always been kind of a word of mouth guy, and always thought that, well, if I'm doing a good job with the people that I'm working with, then they'll tell their friends, they'll tell the people in their clubs and their groups and stuff like that, and it takes care of itself. And I started coaching back in 2012, so up to this point that has worked out pretty well. But what I'm realizing now is I kind of have two different avenues in the sport, and so there's a little bit of confusion. So that's kind of what this is. But yeah, so I'm primarily a triathlon coach, but I'm also, I try my best to promote the lifestyle, promote what the endurance sports community can be and is. Triathlon and endurance sports in general, and pretty much all sports, is an amazing sphere. It's an amazing world to live in. You can get so much out of it, way more than you can ever put into it. I'm a perfect example of that. I've met lifelong friends through this sport. I literally met my wife Laura at a triathlon. So many people that I would call family and friends have all come through this sport, and so I try my best to give back and be that kind of positive influence for others, like the ones who were for me. The other thing is it's very easy to kind of get caught up in everything in this sport. Like, there's a lot going on. Most of us are type A, most of us are analytical, so we're into the numbers, we're into the training, we're into the coolest and latest tech and gear, and doing everything in our power to be involved, and it can be very kind of consuming, which on one hand is great. Like, it's an awesome lifestyle, it really is. I've got to do things I never would have imagined by being in this world, in this endurance sports community. But one thing that is really easy to kind of lose, and we want to try really hard to remember, it's one of the things that I try to tell people a lot when they ask questions, is this is a hobby. It is. It's supposed to be fun. Okay, we are supposed to enjoy this. We pay to do it. We're not being paid to do it. It's not a job. Okay, and even if you're someone like me, who coaching and being in this industry is my job, it's still a hobby and still should be fun. Okay, we all try to do our best. We train as hard as our time schedules, bodies allow. Right? We all try our best to get our best results on race day. And that's awesome. That is cool. That's what drives a lot of people. No matter what your best is, right? No matter what your reason for being here is. But it's okay to not have great days. Okay? I know a lot of people, I used to be one of them myself, that miss a workout on a day, or you're sick and you miss 2 days, and it really can beat you up. And I know people have battled like depression from that kind of stuff, and wanting to see all green so to speak, on Training Peaks or similar apps where when you complete workouts, they highlight as green, and if you miss them, they highlight as red or whatnot. Um, it's okay. It is okay to not be okay and to not have a great day. Um, all you can ever really do is the best that you have on any given day. And I found that kind of changing my perspective personally and remembering that it is supposed to be fun, that I do choose to do these things, really lifted a lot of weight off of my shoulders years ago. So especially like when I do a lot of the events and things for Ironman Maryland, which I'll be talking about next week because I'll be down there. I really try to emphasize that with the athletes, like enjoy the experience, man. High five a fellow, competitor. Thank a volunteer. Thank a police officer. Remember to smile. Remember to try to find something to enjoy while you're out there. Even if you're racing really hard and you're at your limit and you're trying to have the absolute best day and you don't have any more you can give, you can still have fun while doing it. I try my best. I'm not always perfect at it, for sure. But when you are, like, man, the experience is awesome. So, I do the coaching. I try to promote kind of this, the positive sides of the sport and endurance sports in general. I try to work with as many athletes as I can to kind of help enrich their journeys. Whether that's sharing a tip at an event, helping somebody change a flat tire, sharing a beer with somebody, after a long workout or something, or crossing paths after a race. It's my main goal in all of this is to try to, when I'm done and gone, to leave this sport in a better mental and physical state than it was when I got here. And that's lofty and that's huge, and I'm one person, and the impacts that I make are this big, if at all. So it can seem a little crazy or even egotistical to think that I could leave some kind of an impact on a greater scale than just myself in this sport, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to make it a better place for everyone, a more welcoming place for everyone, a more positive place for everyone. So, but I certainly can't do it by myself. I'm one of, there's tons of people that are out there trying to do it, and I'm just one of them. And so I'm part of this video is I'm asking you guys to also be one of them. Help us out. Give somebody that pat on the back when they're, having a rough day, or man, you're running as hard as you can, and that woman in your age group goes running by you there with 2 miles to go. I know those are hard to take, but man, awesome job, right? Like anything like that. It's the same way I treat cars when I'm on the road, right? I'm running or cycling. Someone gives me a wide berth, or they wait for traffic to clear, that kind of thing. I always look, acknowledge, and wave so that person leaves with a positive interaction, because they're now more likely to have more interactions like that with other people out on the roads. And the same goes, with our athletes, with athletes out there. If you having a positive interaction with somebody might lead them to have a positive interaction with someone else, and it starts to snowball. So, primarily that's what we're trying, what I'm trying to do these days, while also doing my best to deliver, high level world, what I like to say is world-class coaching with a family feel, right? Like I try my best to be a student of the sport and continue to learn and evolve as a coach. There's always something to learn. There's always, more that I can do better. And I'm always trying to work on those things. But with that comes, my approach of, this is family, man. It's not a business transaction. My athletes are not a number on a number on paper or an invoice, right? Um, you know, they are the people. They're, what's the saying? Friends are the family you choose, right? Well, I'm the same way with my athletes. I choose my athletes based on not how fast they are, not how good they are, but how our personalities mesh. And like, I tell people, just bring a positive attitude, be willing to give the best that you have on any given day, be willing to communicate, and let's have fun. um, Anybody who knows me, they've heard me say 1,000 times, we train hard, we race hard, and then we have a lot of fun, right? What's the point in going and digging for a long bike ride or a hard workout or this, that, or the other, and then you don't go and hang out with these people afterwards and grab lunch or grab a beer, or grab a coffee or whatever that may be. um, and so that's just kind of the way that I've been trying to approach things for years. And um, it started kind of with how I approached my coaching, and that evolved. And then now that I'm in other positions, like with different clubs and different races and things like that, where I have more interactions with regular people that aren't just on my roster of athletes, so to speak. I try to let that permeate out and continue to grow. So I know this one was a little long. I know that is terrible for social media. I get it. I'm really bad at social media, in case you haven't noticed, but I'm working on that too. But anybody who made it through this 12 minutes, thanks for letting me bend an ear. And let me know what you think. Let me know what I can do better if you've had interactions with me. I'm not perfect. I joke with my wife and say, man, I've been wrong like twice this year. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, right? I probably was wrong 12 times today. But, so if there's something you've seen me do that I can do better, let me know. I'm certainly open to it. If there's a space that you think could use a little positivity, let me know. I'm happy to jump in those waters if it benefits a community. Those are the things that I really enjoy, and that's what I'm trying my best to do. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Hopefully the weather is awesome where you are. If you're going to be at Ironman Maryland next week, make sure to pull me aside and say hi. I'm looking forward to working with everybody there. There'll be a lot more shorter videos, photos, things coming from that. And we'll continue kind of evolving this thing as we go. So I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. See y'all later.